Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to go over the main reason why you aren't progressing on skis. It's not going to be a skill-based thing, it's more of a mental thing, and it's going to be overthinking. Let me know if this sounds familiar. You want to try a new trick on skis, so you go to the mountain, you're ready to try the jump, you're hitting the jump, and you want to try it, but you just can't convince yourself to do it. You're running through in your head all the bad things that are going to happen, and you just can't convince yourself to try the new trick, even though you have the experience on the trampoline, and you know you can do it, but you just can't convince yourself to do it. That's what overthinking looks like, and in today's video I'm going to go over a few different ways that you can stop yourself from overthinking so you can have more confidence and you can try new tricks and you can land more tricks and make more progress in the park. So let's get straight into the video. Now first of all, what does overthinking look like? This video on the left here is a video of me before I'm dropping in to do a backflip for the first time on a pretty big jump. Before this I hadn't done a backflip on a jump this big, so I was pretty nervous, pretty scared to do it. So this is what overthinking looks like. You can see I'm just sitting at the top of the hill right here. I'm just kind of sitting there frozen. I'm overthinking. I'm kind of running through in my mind all the bad things that are going to happen, and I'm too scared to try the trick. So that's what overthinking looks like, and in today's video I'm going to go over how to stop overthinking. The first thing that you need to do is you need to reframe it. You don't want to be sitting there thinking about all the bad things that are going to happen. You don't want to be sitting there thinking about how scared you are. So you want to just flip it and you want to think about how excited you are to try the trick. And once you do this, you're already going to feel your blood pumping a little bit and you're going to be a lot more ready to try the trick, because it's just going to be better thinking about how hype you're going to be when you land the trick instead of thinking about the negative sides of the trick and thinking about everything that's going to go wrong. So that's just the first thing I want you to do, is I want you to reframe it. So that's the first thing I want to do, and the second thing I want you to do is going to be a run-up or a warm-up. This usually is just like a straight air. For example, if you want to try a trick on the jump, you're just going to straight air and get used to the jump and the jump speed. If you want to try a trick on a rail, maybe do just a regular rail slide, and you want to do a certain amount of these. What a lot of people do is they're like, all right, I'm just going to do one more, and I've done this a bunch of times as well, and you get to it and you've done like 20 laps on the jump. You've done more than enough warm-ups and run-ups and you're ready to try the trick. So you need to set this to a limit for yourself. You need to do, all right, maybe one or two, I would say at most do 3 warm-ups, 3 run-ups, and then you're going to be ready to try the trick. And on that one, you have to commit to it, and you have to tell yourself that's going to be the one where you're going to try the trick. Now that you're ready to try the trick, the last thing I would say is just to visualize it. Visualize yourself. For example, in this one, I was scared to do the backflip. So visualize yourself doing the flip, visualize yourself landing it. This is going to be a huge part to actually landing the trick. It's so much easier when you go through it in your head. The phrase that I learned when I started skiing and what always helped me was visualize it in your head and then just do it again. Because it really feels like the same thing when you already feel like you've done it in your head, and then that helps you convince yourself to do it and actually do it on skis. So that's super important, and honestly, if you take anything away from this video, this is the most important one. I always do this before I try any new trick on skis. I go through it in my mind. I go through what the trick will feel like, what speed I'm going to be doing for the trick, what my body position is going to be like, how it's going to feel when I'm spotting my landing. Everything, I just kind of run through it in my head a few times before I drop in and actually try the trick. And like I said, this is honestly the most important part and the most important thing you can do before you try something new, and it's super helpful. Once you do this little routine before you try a new trick, you're still going to be a little bit scared, but you're going to feel a lot more confident and a lot more prepared to do the trick. It's okay if you have a little bit of butterflies and you're a little bit nervous. That just means that you're ready to try the trick and you're excited to try it. And at this point, you're ready to try the trick. You're coming up to the jump like I did here. You try the trick for the first time, and hopefully you land it for the first time like I did in this video here. It's okay if you don't, put your skis back on and try the trick again. That happens sometimes too. But this is the method that I use when I try any new trick on skis, and it's really helped me with my confidence to try and land new tricks, and I hope it's going to help you as well. But anyways, that's going to wrap up the video on how to stop overthinking on skis and to make more progress and learn new tricks. And if you want help making more progress this ski season, you can check out my coaching program, which is the top link in the description, and I can help you there. Peace!